A firm is establishing a new Amazon SageMaker unified studio environment. Every business unit requires autonomous governance regarding its data assets, ML projects, and metadata. The architecture must permit controlled data sharing between units through an approval process. Additionally, the company mandates centralized identity management and user mapping. Which approach fulfills these requirements?
Option A. Define each unit as a specialized domain segment with individual ownership. Utilize custom API keys for user authentication to the portal, and manually manage cross-unit permissions. Option B. Establish each business unit as a unique domain instance with restricted access. Prohibit cross-unit data movement to enforce total isolation. Implement AWS IAM Identity Center for identity control.
Option C. Create separate, siloed SageMaker domains for each unit with independent administrative policies and no shared governance. Use AWS IAM Identity Center for centralized authentication. Option D. Organize business units using distinct profiles or subunits within the domain to manage asset permissions. Integrate AWS IAM Identity Center for centralized authentication and implement a formal approval workflow to enable secure cross-unit data sharing.
This question tests your ability to design scalable, multi-tenant environments within Amazon SageMaker. It asks how to balance the need for autonomous local control by various business teams while maintaining centralized security and enabling governed collaboration across the enterprise. Consider which architectural features allow for this granular management while adhering to standard security best practices for identity management.
In my view, the correct answer is option D. This approach is optimal because Amazon SageMaker Studio supports a multi-tenant structure where a single domain acts as the central organizational unit. Within that domain, individual business units can be effectively managed using distinct user profiles. By integrating AWS IAM Identity Center, the firm achieves the required centralized identity management, while the formal approval workflow satisfies the need for secure, governed cross-unit data sharing.
Now, let us look at why the other options are not ideal. Option A is incorrect because using custom API keys for user authentication is neither a secure nor a scalable practice in modern AWS environments. Option B fails because it prohibits cross-unit data movement, which directly contradicts the requirement for controlled data sharing. Finally, option C is incorrect because creating siloed domains for each unit makes unified administration and resource governance significantly more challenging to manage.
As an exam tip, always pay close attention to the balance between isolation and collaboration in design questions. When you see requirements for both centralized identity and autonomous governance, look for solutions that leverage native AWS organizational features like user profiles or IAM Identity Center, rather than manual or overly restrictive alternatives. This will help you identify the most robust architectural pattern.